Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sheila and Finn look for clues about Luna. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Lee Finnegan grossly undervalued Luna Nozawa's other grandma. Lee Finnegan has another thing coming if she believes she can convince Sheila Carter, a retired con artist, that Luna is dead. Will Dr. John Finnegan follow his biological mother's lead in seeking answers? Read on to find out. Below are spoilers for what will happen next on the CBS soap opera. Sheila Carter asked Dr. Lee Finnegan a few questions this week on Luna Nozawa's death following the shooting. Luna is said to have died at the hospital while Sheila was having treatment for her 8 toes. However, Sheila becomes increasingly aware that Lee is concealing something the more questions she poses. Why is she unable to locate her granddaughter's grave? Spoilers for Bold and Beautiful indicate that Sheila Carter will soon find Dr. Finn and inform him of her worries. Since his mother abducted him from the hospital after he was shot and staged his death, Finn is aware of what she is capable of. Finn will soon begin to piece together the evidence and come to the conclusion that his daughter may not be dead after all. To gather her thoughts, Steffi Forrester and the children have left town. While she's away, Finn and Sheila can spend time together looking for information about Luna Nozawa and bonding over their new Scooby-Doo mystery. His wife has made sure they haven't spent any time together since he found out that Sheila was his biological mother. However, it appears like all bets are off while Steffi is abroad. Furthermore, can Steffi really tell Finn not to talk to Sheila because she just saved her life? Will Sheila and Finn discover Luna together? Are you excited to watch him interact with his biological mother? When Steffi returns home and discovers that Finn and Sheila are now best friends, how will she respond? Now is the moment for Electra Forrester to shine. Electra Forrester was first seen on The Bold and the Beautiful in late 2024. Ivy Forrester brought her niece back to Los Angeles from Australia. Linnea Grace has had a number of significant storylines since her daytime TV debut. Can she, however, cover for Steffi Forrester while she's away from town? Here are the upcoming events on Bold and Beautiful. Be prepared for spoilers. As JMW is on maternity leave, Steffi Forrester has formally left the building and will be gone for a few weeks. While Steffi is abroad, there will be a gap at Forrester Creations in addition to a lot of screen time to fill. Fortunately, the office is home to another aspiring Forrester queen. Although Electra is still only a teenager and has a small part in the fashion firm, she is officially a member of the Forrester family. According to previews for Bold and the Beautiful, Will Spencer will encourage his girlfriend to strive to advance in the company, and may even suggest employing her at a future function. Now that Steffi is out of the way, Ivy Forrester and her young cousin will start to get some momentum at work and become much more involved in the daily operations. Since her arrival, Electra Forrester has been viewed by everyone as a child, and she is keen to establish herself. The appearance of Forrester Creations may change drastically by the time Steffi returns home. Steffi refused to even consider the many ideas Ivy Forrester had for the business. Viewers couldn't help but notice how much Electra Forrester resembled her cousin Steffi when she first appeared on The Bold and the Beautiful. On the CBS soap opera, do you believe Electra Forrester can take Steffi's place? Will she also take her place at work? Is a competition developing? Lee's plea Ridge's race and Grace busted. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, a teaser clip for the week of has been made public. It depicts Grace Buckingham being busted by John Finnegan. Lee Finnegan begs Luna Nozawa to do something. Ridge Forrester also pursues Nick Marone and Brooke Logan. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. First, let's talk about Finn, who has been adamant about learning the truth regarding Liam Spencer's miracle. At last, the doctor questions Grace about Liam's illness and the covert treatment. Finn had previously told her that he was unable to locate any information about the enigmatic co-worker who performed Liam's surgery online. Finn will then accuse Grace of having Liam's brain tumor. However, Grace doesn't offer to turn herself in or apologize when challenged. Finn is horrified when Grace asks him to cover for her instead. Liam is still recuperating at Bill Spencer's place. Liam and Hope Logan are visited by Finn and Grace. Bill will probably be the last to find out again because he isn't in the room. Grace is brought in by Finn, who informs them that she has information regarding Liam's brain cancer. However, Grace doesn't seem particularly inclined to come clean. I wonder whether she will abruptly withdraw or say she doesn't understand what Finn is talking about. According to spoilers for the week of the revelation, the promo clip for The Bold and the Beautiful also features Lee and Luna. Luna is urged to wait by the doctor. But even if Lee succeeds in preventing Luna's death, how in the world will she be redeemed? Additionally, fans may anticipate Eric Forrester warning his kid. Ridge is informed by the patriarch that Nick wore a ring. Ridge tries to meet up with Nick after learning that he is preparing to pop the question to Brooke. Brooke is already leaving on Nick's boat when Ridge gets to the harbor. Brooke lies on top of the speedboat as they take off. That's how she falls into the lake, I suppose. After setting up a date, Brooke receives a surprise. Eric warned Ridge in their hotel suite that time was running out, and that he must stop taking Brooke for granted or risk losing her to Nick. Although he condescendingly conceded that Ridge intended to fulfill his engagement to Taylor, he maintained that Steffi and Thomas didn't require their parents' company. Ridge retorted that he wasn't marrying Taylor for her sake, and attempted to express his love for her, but Eric overruled him. You are aware that Brooke is the love of your life. And for a very long time she has been exceedingly patient, Eric snarled. He predicted that she would go sooner rather than later. Ridge felt that Brooke will always be in his life because of RJ, and didn't think she was stupid enough to fall for Nick. Eric said to Ridge, "Let's talk about time and how fleeting it is." "Dad, you know what?" With firmness, Ridge stated, "I know exactly what I want." While raving about Brooke's strange ability to control men and his good fortune in getting a chance at her, Eric informed Ridge he could be somewhat content. Ridge claimed that he still remembered his time spent with Brooke. He should stop punishing her for the misdemeanor at work, Eric advised him. Ridge was told by Eric that he had overreacted and that something needed to be done. Nick had memories of meeting Brooke in other times, such as when he gave her a compass in case she got lost, while he was on a marina wharf. He took out a box of rings and opened it to reveal the engagement ring he intended to use to pop the question to Brooke. Eric stopped and gazed at the marina up on the walkway. He saw Nick there, and when he saw the ring in his palm he was astounded. As Brooke poured herself a glass of sparkling water in her hotel room, she recalled how she had opened up to Ridge before Nick cut her off. Ridge went to Brooke's hotel room, but she was nibbling and wearing earbuds when he knocked, so he left without hearing her. Later, Brooke noticed she had a text as she was getting ready to go. Nick informed her that he would see her on the piazza shortly, but Eric knocked on her door and said, "Brooke?" He knocked on her door and yelled, "Ridge!" Eric entered after Brooke opened the door. He said that he was also frustrated with his kid and informed her that he understood how upset she was, yearning for Ridge. He begged her not to allow Nick to exploit her when she was weak. There was still time for Ridge to change his mind, Eric added. Although Brooke was grateful for his thoughtfulness, she needed some time to herself. Eric offered to accompany her, but she declined, stating that she would be meeting Nick and that she preferred to be by herself. When Katie entered the Forrester estate in search of Donna, she was met by Taylor. Katie acknowledged that she didn't call first when Taylor mentioned that Donna wasn't home, but she used the occasion to ask Taylor how she was doing with Ridge and Brooke together in Italy while sporting a sly smile. Taylor admitted to Katie that she hoped Brooke and Ridge would get together while she was abroad. She brought up the fact that Nick and Brooke are still in love, but Katie denied it. Katie argued, "Not the way she loves Ridge." Taylor explained to Katie why Brooke would benefit from dating a man like Nick, who would prioritize her and provide her with some excitement. Taylor reminded Katie that Ridge was unavailable, despite Katie's insistence that he could do the same. Taylor urged Katie to wish for her sister's happiness to be found elsewhere. Everyone had to pick a side according to Katie, and it always comes down to Taylor or Brooke. Even if many wanted Ridge to get back together with Brooke, Taylor felt it would be good if they could just be happy for her and Ridge. Katie pondered whether Eric's manipulation of the fashion show had angered Taylor. Taylor said, "No, because Ridge is still with me." "That's accurate, but you never know what could occur." "Brooke, Ridge, and Eric are in Italy," Katie shot back. Taylor made an effort to maintain her faith and resolved that Ridge would still be engaged to her when they got back from Italy. She went on to say, "And maybe Brooke will be engaged too to Nick." "You would love if that was how it turned out, wouldn't you?" remarked Katie with a sardonic smirk. She made fun of the fact that Brooke hadn't given up on Ridge, therefore she didn't see it happening. She chuckled at Taylor's hope that Brooke and Eric wouldn't stand in her way of Ridge. Still searching for information regarding Liam's surgery, Bridget discovered Finn at his office. He assured her that he was more resolved than ever to speak with Grace that day. Finn went on to say that he had only seen an MRI that indicated the tumor was gone, and that they really knew nothing about the situation. Although he was happy Liam would survive, he was aware that something wasn't quite right. When Bridget acknowledged that she had questions, Finn invited Grace into his office after spotting her passing. Grace clarified that she had been busy and hadn't been answering his calls or texts. He informed her that he was curious about Liam's incredible comeback. As doctors, Finn and Bridget requested details, but Grace claimed to be too busy. Just have faith in her, she advised Finn. Nick received a text from Brooke inviting him to Fontana del Nettuno. As she stood at the fountain, she reflected on her memories of her time spent in Italy with Ridge, including the memorable boat ride that morning, and the kiss they shared years ago through the keyhole. She felt a touch on her shoulder as she cried as she recalled their final reunion in Italy, Ridge running up behind her and yelling her name.